Whether you are here live or on the replay, please take a moment to put into the comments what you're grateful for. The first thing that pops into your head, maybe. And then I'd also love it if you would like this live stream, because that really, really helps us. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I am grateful you are here. My name is Julie Jordan Scott, and why do we share about gratitude and intention on Monday mornings? Well, one of the reasons we share about gratitude, there's several. One is that it has such a powerful energy about it. It's like love and gratitude, very closely connected. And if you can work on growing your love, growing your gratitude, you will have a happier life. And what does it cost you? Nothing. And look, we have Ninja in the house. We have Mrs. Paula does retirement in the house. We have Kay and Row Hiking Happens in the house. These are some excellent people. If you don't know them already, I hope you'll get to know them, because they're all spectacular people, not just because they're here today, but because they're so supportive, and they are really wonderful, wonderful people to have in your corner and in your community. Hey, Miss M, I'm glad that you're here. Yay! Whenever I see Miss M, I think about poetry, and I'm grateful for poetry. So grateful for poetry. Well, I'm so grateful. Hey there, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Cheryl, Rebounding with Cheryl, has an amazing channel about using her rebounder. And let me tell you, I do not own a rebounder yet. It's on my list. And watching her rebound fills me with joy. I'm so grateful for Cheryl's routines, for the music that she chooses, and for who she is as a human. I am so grateful for Cheryl. So Ninj and Paula are catching up. And that's another thing. It is so wonderful to host a live. It's kind of like hosting a party and have all of your friends just coming in, and all of your friends welcoming new people who come along. So if you are new here, if you're on the replay, please comment too, so that we can get to know you a little bit better. And we get to know each other better through gratitudes. So I'm grateful for all of these people. Look, Catherine driving and walking and listening. What a great combination. I'm so grateful to know that you're here, Catherine. Catherine's been doing some great stuff about herbs on her channel lately. It's been really fun to watch her channel flourishing. Makes me very happy. She's very active in the comment section. She asked me, I think it was yesterday, she asked if I'm left-handed. And I love that question. I am not left-handed, right-handed. But I'm grateful that I use both of my hands quite expressively, but my handwriting with my left hand is pretty bad compared to my right hand. So I talked about gratitude in general, that it's such a high form of energy. I also said it's free. It is free to say thank you. It is free to experience gratitude. It is a nice crowd, Paula. Look at all these great folks in here. It fills my heart with joy. And joy and gratitude are related, just like love and gratitude are related. And gratitude tends, for me anyway, to spark joy. Does that happen for you? Kay and Row are saying, grateful that spring is finally here. Is it cloudy and raining over there, Kay and Row? It is pretty dreary over here. I'm waiting for a delivery. I keep going to the door like every 15 minutes, expecting the fact that I walked to the doorway. I'm grateful that my package is on its way, and I'm just going to trust that it will be here shortly. It is raining. Okay, cool. Yeah, I woke up. I think it was raining last night. It might have been raining not too hard all night long. So, grateful for medical insurance. I will agree with you, Mrs. Paula. Medical insurance and having it is a big, big blessing. I'm grateful for that too. Ninja's grateful for the weather in South Alabama. Reminds me of, I always want to sing Sweet Home Alabama. I will spare you my singing of that song for today. But when I spent some time in the panhandle of Florida, I remember how I drove to, I was going to Pensacola. I believe that's the town. And I drove into Alabama so that I could say that I had. It was very interesting. So we go from gratitude to intention. Gratitude to intention. So why do we do that here? So we talk about what we're grateful for, and then we switch over to intention. Y'all can do that at any point. And I say y'all because that's what we say in Bakersfield. Oh, by the way, I live in Northwest New Jersey, but I lived in Bakersfield, California for most of my adulthood. So in case you were curious, we haven't met yet, if we haven't had the joy of meeting yet, that's part of my story. Intention is about having an eye on, and there's so many different words. I love setting goals. I love having a vision. I love having a plan and a mission. I love being purposeful. That's been one of my things since I was probably an infant or at least a toddler. I've always loved kind of knowing what I'm going to do, knowing where I'm going. And one of the reasons why it's so important to stay intentional is because sometimes when we're not intentional, we forget our mission, we forget our purpose, we forget the reason that we're waking up in the morning. And for me, it really helps to know what my purpose is, what my vision is, what matters to me is. And sometimes when those of us who are nearing retirement age, we kind of forget about that. Okay, let me check the comments for a second. All right. Ms. M says, I was supposed to go to work today, but cannot find my shoes. My dad said it wasn't safe to wear tennis shoes that are not skid proof. So Miss M's been looking for her work shoes. You still can't find them. I can relate to that, Miss M. Sometimes I'll find one shoe and wonder where the other shoe is. Strangely enough, and I don't know for any of you retired folks out there, has your memory seemed to improve? I'm really curious about this because somehow I am better at certain things that involve my memory. It's really kind of strange and unexpected that I can remember where things are where I might have forgotten or might have been so distracted. Yeah, it's very frustrating, Miss M. I hope that you find those shoes. And I'm also grateful that your dad's looking out for you because he was concerned about you. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, they probably did. They probably said, we're gonna take a little break, Miss M. Okay, so gratitudes. I'm going to do my gratitude riff, and you may join me with your gratitude if you would like. I'm grateful that I'm feeling grounded in my home place right now. I will be here pretty much for the next 3 weeks. I'll be here in my home. Oh, I'm thankful your dad's looking for your shoes. That's amazing. I know. I have to do this, Paula. Whoop. I have to like zip my lip when I hear myself. So where did you see them last? And let's backtrack. I wonder if I froze. Am I frozen, everybody? Because I see I have one person. So I hope I didn't disappear. I'm going to keep talking and hope that the secret YouTube people, live stream people will bring me back. Okay, I'm not frozen. Thank you, Kay. Thank you. I'll just keep talking strangely. Okay, good. Like what's going on out there? That's one of the things about live streaming is you just don't know. You just have to keep going. So I was talking about how I'm here. I'm feeling grounded here in Northwest New Jersey. Okay, great. I love you guys. Yeah, you know, Miss M. Okay, so I'm going to talk for a second about being grounded, but to say to Miss M, I remember how I don't like to say that to people because it can be so annoying when you're really frustrated about misplacing something because you've already asked yourself that question. You've already asked yourself where did I put it last. You've already backtracked everywhere. So anyway, I am sending vibes that those shoes will be found. But I am so much more grounded in my home place than when I first got back from my trip. And I'm finishing up on the videos. I'm in the day that I'm finally leaving Flag, I'm the day before I leave Flagstaff on my editing. And I realized why it took me so long is because there's so much deep-rooted emotional stuff. And while I love deep-rooted emotional stuff, it's also not easy to do. And I also want to say I'm really grateful for people's feedback on my videos that I've been putting out there. People really seem to like, the funny day in Oatman and meeting Rico. That was a big hit. And I put a clip up about that, a short video that was clipped for me about that romance story, which people found really funny, which I'm glad. Because sometimes when I take a risk and I put something like that out, I think, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I hope people take it the right way. And then the next day, when Emma and I went to the caverns, which was so much fun, I even did not include some stuff there. Kevin says, I just finished your last video. I think you guys laughed through 95% of it. I think we laughed through a lot of it too. We do laugh a lot. And it's funny because I don't realize how much I laugh, but I laugh and Emma laughs, and we're just getting the biggest kick out of ourselves. But for those of you who haven't seen that video, there is a section where I do an embarrassing Shakespeare thing. And like, that is just riffing. That is just how we are. And I am just riffing, doing ridiculous Shakespeare. And um, and as soon as I put my hand like this in the video, I don't know if you noticed that when you're watching it, if it was playing in the background or something, but I have my hand like this, and I'm saying "hark ye now," and then because she's saying "hiking now," Emma cannot get over Canro, except she calls him by the wrong name. She talks about Canro almost as much as I do, but she calls them hiking now, which just cracks me up. And at the beginning, I kept correcting her, but then it just got so funny. And on the video that I'm editing today, she does it again. Oh, that's fantastic. Catherine's grateful for for hearing aids and built-in earbuds. That's amazing. That's so amazing. Um, but then I broke into to be or not to be from Hamlet. And for theater people, this is all hilarious. But it's kind of like, y'all might not know that Hamlet has a famous soliloquy, to be or not to be, to cry or ugly cry. I think you'd really like it, Miss M. My Emma, although she hasn't done this lately, when she was little, she was quite the poet because, she was with me and I was doing poetry. Hearing aids. Hearing aids or earring aids. To be or not to be. To hear or to ear. I will stop. But I'm grateful. Yeah, that's the one that it's a cavern. There's something about a cavern in there because that was the Grand Canyon Caverns outside of Williams, Arizona, between Williams and Kingman. And it's really fun. That whole area is so it is so underrated. But a lot of that crazy zany stuff that you see between me and Emma, we're just being ourselves. So sometimes, like, I got one comment on today's video that just published where Canra said we were laughing, like the whole thing. Coach Juliet mentioned how I'm just so on camera. I just have such a presence. And I'm like, Juliet, that's not presence. That's just me forgetting that there's a camera. Even when I'm holding it in my hand, half the time I forget that the camera is there. And I think that's part of the magic. If you call what I do magic. What am I talking about? But yes, I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful for all of you watching those videos, as silly as they seem, especially knowing what comes next. And you're like my inner posse here. You know what, most of you know what comes next. I mean, I'm going to the cemetery to see my parents. And that part's not a part of there's no recording of that. It's too personal. So today's video, or it's going to be tomorrow's video, is me on that second day at Flagstaff where I'm by myself and Emma's left. So they're not going to be nearly as fun without Emma in them. But I'm really proud of my tenacity, because a part of me was like, I really don't want to make these videos. I really don't want to share these videos. The fact that I'm doing them is really good. Oh, Miss M, I understand that. My color is purple. Thank you, Miss Paula. M says, some people may think I'm not serious because I'm always joking around, but I can be serious when I need to be. Emma's a lot like that too. I think Miss M, you and Emma would get along great, because Emma, well, I won't say, I shouldn't talk about my kid. She might be watching this video. Private is, in secret. But no, she's very funny and she's silly, but man, she's deep. She is deep. Hello, Traveling Whitcombs. How are you doing? So happy to see you here. We are talking about gratitude and intention and a little bit about making videos, because all of us here make videos. So yeah, so good to see you. I'm glad that you joined in. If you'd like to share what you're grateful for, that would be wonderful. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. So more things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I took some time to clean off my desk today. I am grateful that that I will be seeing the most amazing 3-year-old soon, as in a few days. I'll be seeing my granddaughter, who will be 3 at the end of this month. Where does the time go? I am grateful that because I cleared my desk off, I was able to find some things that had been misplaced. See, Miss M, that happens. I am grateful that this afternoon my little friend Sandra's coming over. I am grateful that a neighbor is entrusting me to help them with their citizenship test. Do you know the test to become a citizen is really not easy? I'm looking at the test so that I can properly tutor, and I'm like, wow, this is a lot of stuff. That's more than I expected. So I'm grateful and a little bit humbled and take very seriously that they trusted me to help them pass the test. So grateful for your 3 happy and healthy children. Right on. Right on. I have 3 children also, but they're grown-ups now, which is kind of strange. It's kind of strange, but I'm grateful for them too. Okay, let's move over into intention. If anyone would like to say about their intention, that would be wonderful. One of my big intentions for this week is to get through my road trip videos and to get through them with joy and with growth. Oh yeah, okay, so you know what I'm talking about, Catherine. It's I was like, wow, everybody should take this test. Maybe American adults should take the test like every 10 years, just so we know that we know what we're talking about when we talk about things. So yes, I'll be doing that. And I'll probably enlist other people to help. So yeah, I might be doing that. Because it takes a village, right? That's what the saying is. So that's one of my intentions, is to get through these videos. There's a few more days left to go. I'm really excited to show y'all Kansas, for example. That might sound strange. I'm really excited. My favorite rest stop. Where do you think? I'm going to give you a quiz, okay? Oh, by the way, speaking of quizzes, by the way, I'm writing poetry for everyone who answers the question about where I am in the cemetery. There's a picture of me sitting in a cemetery, and I'm writing. And I'm writing about, I'm writing in front of a certain American writer's grave. So if you make any kind of guess, then you will get a poem written by me, a personalized poem. So there have been quite a few people in here have guessed. So yeah, so I hope that some of you will go over there and make your own guess about where I am. There's some very close ones, and those very close ones are, they're in the right place. They're literally they're in the right row of graves. And there is, even in today's video, there is a little bit of an Easter egg that if you could probably Google and see where this one person is. There's a picture of his grave in my video for today. And you can see, I can stand by that grave and look and see the grave and the bench where I was sitting. Okay, cool. So we hear here that Ninj is getting prepared for his traveling, and I love the traveling Whitcombs, and Kay and Ro are asking him about that. You can guess here, but if you guess on my post, because I'm going to be writing the poems from there. You can say here if you'd like to, and then go over there, but stay here for now, Catherine. That's fine. Okay, book the campsite for your first ever YouTube's meetup in September. Where's that going to be? Wow, that'd be so fun. Or what area? Just give us an area. September. My last travel may be in August. Depends on the time in September. I'd love to go. We're planning. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit. Okay, you can guess. You can guess anything. It doesn't matter. To me, it's like if you make a guess, you get a prize. So, you get a poem for me, which, some people have paid for that. Oh, in Michigan. Oh, so cool. That's excellent. I've heard so many great things about Michigan, how beautiful it is there. My sister-in-law is from there. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to be in Pittsburgh in May. Right after I go to Pittsburgh, I'm going to go on a very important hike with Kay and Ro Hiking Happens. But before I go on that very important hike with Kay and Ro Hiking Happens, I'm going to go be in Pittsburgh, and we are planning a meetup in Pittsburgh, which will be so fun because I'm friends with quite a few YouTubers who are in the Pittsburgh area, and that'll be really fun. Okay, well, here, if you want to Google first, I'll tell you some hints. This writer is a Civil War veteran. This writer wrote and lived in the town of Concord, Massachusetts. This writer has a book that was written in the 19th century, so between 1850 and 1900, that has never gone out of print. That's quite a few hints. And that proves that I'm a huge literary nerd. There may be other people in that same category that are from the same town. I know of one, same town, books haven't gone out of print, but they weren't Civil War veterans. I think this writer's the only Civil War veteran. M26 meetup. Okay, let's write that down. I'm going to write that down. M26 meetup. Okay, or M26 the meetup. I think Kay and Ro have gone to YouTube meetups also, which I think is just so fun. I've gone to informal ones where people just get together who happen to know each other and happen to be in the same place at the same time. So, all right, let's make sure I didn't miss anything. So Cheryl talked about her intention is to get her other YouTube channel public. She's had it hidden for 3 years. I was going to say, Cheryl, as soon as you have that ready, go ahead and let me know. I'll be happy to share it, and I'd like to support you in that. M's intention, finding your work shoes. We're with you. We're with you on that, finding your work shoes. All right. Yes. All right. I don't think I've missed anything. Grateful for kids, grateful intentions, and gratitude and intentions. This is great. Y'all are doing great. Local reviewers here. Hey, local reviewers. So good to see you. Hello, hello. We're talking about gratitude and intention. So you're welcome to tell us what you're grateful for and what your intention is for this week. I know all the cool kids are in the house. So we have Mrs. Paula is here. We have Catherine Fabulous at 60s is here. Miss M 96 is here. And let's see, Rebounding with Cheryl is here. And Mrs. Paula was here. I don't know if she's still here, but K-Row Hiking Happens is here. Dr. Ninja's here. Fire, Dr. Ninja Turtle is here. So we have really cool people in the house. And it's not a huge group, but it's a really healthy group. So I really enjoy that. More gratitude. Gratitude doesn't have to be for big stuff. Like, I'm grateful for this stapler. I used it this morning. I am grateful for fancy, pretty glasses holders. This one has my pair of my glasses in it. These are fairly new. I like them, and they really go well with this top. What do you think? Do I look smart? The only problem is it's great for like out the window, but these aren't so great for close up. But I like them. I think they're cool. But I'm grateful that I have the ability to have more than one pair of glasses, because some people don't. I didn't used to, but now I do. Okay, grateful. Local reviewer 82 is grateful for health and looking to create more videos for your channel. That's fabulous. And Traveling Whitcomb says lots of wonderful people here. I agree. I know it does match my shirt. Local reviewer 82 says grateful for connecting with so many wonderful content creators. That's right. By the way, tomorrow I'm doing a different live because tomorrow it's Julie Jordan Scott Day on The Source, which makes me so happy. Makes me so happy to have a day named for me. Okay, I'll put my glasses back on, but I can't read while they're on, but they do go well with my shirt. The Source Day. That's right. I'm going to come in here at the same time tomorrow. You don't need to come. If you'd like to come back and visit, that'd be great. But it's just a way that I can get the word out about the Source's work on Sundays, and hopefully, reciprocation and all of that. So it is fun. I know. And I've never won that before. I know a lot of and I didn't go on the Source while I was out of town for that 6 to 8 weeks. So it was really great to go back, and it was gifted to me. So I'm really grateful for that. Well, thank you so much, local reviewer. I'm so happy. I always look smart, Catherine. That's so kind of you to say. Hey, Shazad, good to see you. I used to have a radio show. So, of course, when you say that I always look nice, I want to come back with, I know I have a great face for radio, don't I? I was a radio host. So anyway, there's a little bit of radio humor. You never know. Some minute I'll be doing Shakespeare. Another minute I'll be talking about the radio. So, okay, we'll take a few more minutes. With any gratitudes or intentions for the week, we'd love to hear them. Any more connecting and networking that wants to happen. I'm doing very well. It's good to see you. I always like to see you practicing your English. So it's good to practice English. Oh, you have to go and you take the dog out. Bye, Miss M. Bye, Miss M. So good to see you. I hope that things turn out for the rest of the day. Keep your eye out for my poetry live because I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to do the poetry live because I'm helping with family. So sometimes when I help with the family, that takes precedent over my usual schedule. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Dr. Ninja. My ninja. So yeah, I really am working hard at this. And one of the things that I'm working on, if you saw a video recently, I talked about your spring plans. Like, what are you planning for spring? And I have a lot of plans for spring. And one of them include really tuning into how my channel can serve, how I may serve the people who watch my videos as best as I possibly can. So I'm excited to do that. Okay. I'm feeling relaxed now. Okay. Anything else? Anything else, anyone? We'll give it, I go for half an hour. I've been on for 20, but then Dave comes in. Dave! Dave with Get Some Color in Your Life. Dave, so happy to see you. Yay. I adore all of you, but I don't see Dave that often on a live, so it's really exciting. No, no, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed, says Dave. It is terrific to see you. Dave's been super busy lately. He's had a lot going on in his personal life. And sometimes, like I was just saying, when I'm taking care of family, it's a challenge. And family sometimes takes over from doing live streams. So in a way, the live stream I'm doing tomorrow may just be making up for my normal poetry video. I might throw some poetry in there just for fun. So thank you so much. Dave, I've been making art in the background. I haven't had it on any videos yet, but I've been doing some neurographic coloring and some collage as a part of my working on my spring plan. Because one of the things that I do really well is as I'm coloring, as I'm drawing, as I'm collaging, it's like I'm using my subconscious mind to do the work. And so my hands are busy and things will come up that won't come up when I'm trying to think really hard. Because sometimes, in fact, that could be an intention too. I'm going to try to not think so hard because that makes my brain hurt. Evie, I think, yes, Evie. Thank you for bringing that up, Cheryl. Dave, I believe you and Evie have connected. I believe so. And I will share my artwork. I've thought about it. My artwork is not very good. It's more not very good. I actually did a live with Kathleen, if you know Kathleen. And I was doing my thing. I was doing my neurographic art because I was stressed. And sometimes that neurographic art is really helpful for stress and also for getting your subconscious mind going. Yes, I thought so. The two watercolor artists. Evie, or Dave, did you know that Evie broke her arm or broke her wrist? She broke her something in this region. So, little history of Julie is that I broke my elbow when I was 37 years old, and I broke it roller skating. I was roller skating and I fell. So yeah, that happened. Emma, who is, the star of my videos, my collaborative partner in my last few videos. Her wrist. Yes, but not her painting hand. Yes, there you go. Thank you all. I also broke my left arm. And I wore a bright pink cast. It would have gone really well with what I'm wearing, a very bright pink cast. You still roller skate? Well, that's good, Ninj. Good to know. I haven't skated for a while, and I'm open to it. I'm open to skating. I'd be horrible at first, but I would catch on. And now I have trekking poles, so I could skate with trekking poles. That actually wouldn't be too terrible. Mrs. Paula's not here. I could ask her if she's opened hers yet. So it's so funny because I have a box, and this is what I want to tell Paula. Here, I'll show you what I got. So Mrs. Paula, Mrs. Paula recommended it. Or I saw her with one of these microphones. And I said to Paula, what kind did you get, et cetera, et cetera. So I got this. Does anyone want to guess how long ago I got this microphone? No, I don't think she has either. And maybe she'll take her tags off after she opens them. I, who am a mini pearl double and walk around with tags still on my poles. But yeah, anybody want to venture a guess how long I've had this wrapped up microphone? Oh my gosh, you broke both of your elbows, Dave? I broke my elbow when I was 37, so I was still working as a county bureaucrat, probably the least likely employer that would work well for a free spirit like me, but I did it. I worked for the county. I worked in the mental health department. And I worked while my elbow was broken. You use that one? Okay, well, I got this before my road trip, and I carried it with me in my car during my road trip because I was going to wear it in my car so I could like do voiceover, so I could actually be narrating as I drove. No, I can't put it on like that. This is not the way to wear this mic. You actually have to take it out of the box. You have to Bluetooth it to your phone. And maybe on my next trip, which I have another trip coming up in about 3 weeks, then I will, actually, since I've told you all, now it's kind of like I have to do it because I'll be too humiliated not to. And when I go to Pittsburgh, which is my next trip after this upcoming trip, I will want to have it as well. So, all right. Have I ever opened this? I have not opened this. Is there something else I'm supposed to open? There are a few things I haven't opened. And I was going to say to Miss Paula, hey, Miss Paula, if you want to open up your hiking poles, I will open up my gadgets that are still wrapped up. They're still in there. They still have this on. I have one thing that I wanted so badly, and I still want. This still has its plastic. But I am such a wimp that, or not a wimp. I would say I'm just resistant to things I don't know how to do. So, and these are tech things. So, and I was in California again. I brought these things on my trip, and I was going to have Samuel, my kid, help me with them. But did I? No, he has a new girlfriend. So my son has a relatively new girlfriend, and I'm like, I don't want to take away from their time, as if she actually, knowing Samuel's girlfriend, she would probably love seeing her guy. Can I call my son her man? That's just so strange. But I guess he is. See her man helping his mom. I mean, that would probably make her really happy. She's just that spectacular. So, yeah, I'm very much Team Jenny. So, next week, I will have, in fact, next week I'll go live with this on. How about that? Will one of you please take responsibility for nagging me about this? Little known fact, I have a friend named Jen, and she's my resident nag. I will text her and I will say, Jen, will you please tell me to go do XYZ? And then I do something else, and then I come back and there's a text on my phone that says something like, Julie, will you please go do XYZ? Text me when you're done. And then, of course, then I do it. Go figure. All right, I've gone overtime. Gratitudes and intentions. This is your last time to publicly say your gratitudes and intentions. I'm grateful I have a hair appointment tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. So I might take a little bit of length off, not much. The most would be like a ½ inch because if my hairstylist thinks it looks too scraggly. Because the last time I went, I did not get anything taken off. It's getting really long. So. Okay. Well, thank you, Dave. That is such a nice thing to say. Dave says he's thankful for me. So let me ask Cheryl something while y'all are thinking of your gratitude. Cheryl, do you wear this on your rebounder? By the way, rebounding with Cheryl, watch her videos. They're very energizing. So that'd be really cool if, oh my goodness, and it stays. Because this is a little round mic that you put on your shirt. That's why I was going on this. Those of you who don't know this microphone, you're probably like, why is she putting that box on her? Because it's a little round mic that you put on your clothes. Where do you put it? Let's ask Cheryl where she puts it. I think you, like most people I've seen, put it right here. And one of my other objects that I haven't gotten yet, you can wear it. It's a magnetic on the back, and you can wear it. You can stick it on things. So you can have tripods anywhere where there's metal, including your car. It's totally a cool thing that I haven't opened up yet. All right, I'm really grateful that all of you are here. I'm grateful for all of the likes people have given on the replay. If you're still here, you are amazing. I appreciate it. You really helped to build this channel, to get the word out about aging joyfully, because it's so important. This is a fabulous time of life. It's so wonderful to be alive. I could put on my glasses. Then I'd really have a face for radio. That would be the clincher. Like, gosh, that woman, she has such a face for radio. What is she doing on video? Thank you all so much for being here. I really enjoy laughing, and being here live with you all is almost like being with Emma, that little sweetheart. Thank you so much. And oh, I can put on my glasses. That's true. That's true. I could put it on the side, I guess, instead of like on the front. I mean, I was thinking about the microphone, yeah, but I was thinking about the other item that I have. If I put it's small, but it would be like I could put it right here. That would be kind of funny. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Ro. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you next time. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Take good care.